Hello everybody! If you want all the story's content in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Short story 927, The Forsaken Experiment, Upper Advanced. Dr. Elias Hawthorne had dedicated his life to unlocking the secrets of human endurance. In the depths of a fortified research facility hidden beneath the rugged cliffs of the northern coastline, he pursued one final ambition: a serum capable of rendering the body impervious to death. His motivation was deeply personal. Months earlier, his beloved wife had slipped away in a sterile hospital bed, her body ravaged by an aggressive cancer that no treatment could halt. The memory of her final, laboured breaths haunted him, fueling sleepless nights filled with calculations and desperate revisions to his formula. On a stormy evening, with thunder rumbling through the reinforced concrete walls, Elias made his choice. He sterilised the syringe with meticulous care, drew the glowing emerald liquid into it, and plunged the needle into his forearm. The injection burned like liquid fire spreading through his arteries. For several hours, euphoria washed over him. Cuts from previous experiments sealed instantly. His vision sharpened, and a surge of vitality made him feel decades younger. "It works," he whispered to the empty observation room, his voice echoing off the tiled walls lined with monitors and specimen jars. Yet the triumph proved short-lived. By dawn, the first grotesque changes appeared. Small blisters formed across his chest and arms, swelling rapidly before bursting to release a thin, blackish ooze that smelled of decay and iron. Elias recorded his symptoms in a trembling voice. Regeneration is occurring, but at a cellular level that defies stability. Tissue renewal is aggressive. The pain intensified as the hours passed. Sections of his skin sloughed away in wet strips, exposing glistening muscle that twitched and pulsed with unnatural life. He attempted to apply anesthetic, but his altered nerves rejected it, amplifying every sensation into excruciating waves. Desperate, he contacted his research assistant, a young woman named Clara who had assisted him loyally for years. When she arrived and saw the horror unfolding, her face drained of colour. Tendrils of mutated flesh, sick and veined, were to protrude from open wounds, writhing like living roots seeking nourishment. "Doctor, what have you done?" she gasped, backing toward the sealed door. Elias reached for her, begging for help to synthesize an antidote, but one of the tendrils lashed out involuntarily, slicing her cheek. She fled, triggering the facility's emergency protocols. Alarms blared as heavy shutters descended, locking him inside the main laboratory wing. Alone with his creation, Elias watched his body betray him further. His fingers elongated and split, bones cracking audibly as new joints formed in grotesque patterns. Blood mixed with the black secretion pooled on the sterile floor, and from it emerged small, glistening nodules that pulsed in time with his heartbeat. The pain transcended the physical. It invaded his mind, flooding him with visions of his wife's suffering, now mirrored in his own flesh. He smashed equipment in futile rage, shards of glass embedding in his dissolving palms, only to be pushed out by the relentless regeneration. In his final coherent act, Elias activated the emergency recording system. His voice, now a guttural rasp distorted by the changes to his throat, addressed his daughter, who lived far away in the city. "My love, do not search for me. The serum was a curse disguised as salvation. It heals only to torment. Forgive your foolish father." As he spoke, the tendrils spread across his torso, burrowing into his chest cavity. He felt them encircling his heart, squeezing with deliberate cruelty. The agony reached its peak when his ribcage began to crack open from within, exposing organs that continued to function despite the violation. Elias collapsed onto the cold floor, his vision blurring as the facility's automated systems detected the biohazard and initiated a full lockdown. No rescue would come. His body did not die in the conventional sense. Instead, it continued its horrific transformation, breaking down into a quivering mass of tissue and fluid, while fragments of his consciousness remained trapped, aware of every moment of dissolution. The last sensation was one of profound isolation and regret, knowing that his pursuit of immortality had condemned him to an eternity of silent, gruesome decay within the sealed tomb of his own making. The facility stood silent once more, its secrets buried with the man who had defied nature and lost everything. If you learned a new word today, please make sure to subscribe so you can practice again next time. Vocabulary notes. Ravaged. This adjective describes something that has been severely damaged or destroyed, often in a violent or destructive way. It suggests deep, lasting harm. Example, her body ravaged by an aggressive cancer that no treatment could halt. Similar words, devastated, ruined, wrecked, desolated. Grotesque, an adjective meaning extremely ugly, distorted, or unnatural in a shocking or horrifying manner. It often relates to something monstrous or bizarre. Example, the first grotesque changes appeared and new joints formed in grotesque patterns. Similar words, hideous, monstrous, deformed, macabre. Excruciating. This adjective refers to pain that is intensely severe or almost unbearable. It can also describe extreme emotional or mental suffering. Example, amplifying every sensation into excruciating waves. Similar words, agonizing, tortuous, unbearable, searing. Sloughed, a verb meaning to shed off or cast off something, especially skin or a layer, like a snake shedding its skin. In the story, it highlights the horrific physical process. Example, sections of his skin sloughed away in wet strips. Similar words, shed, peeled, discarded, molted. Guttural, an adjective describing a sound or voice that is harsh, throaty, or produced in the throat, often sounding rough or animal-like. Example, his voice, now a guttural rasp, distorted by the changes to his throat. Similar words, throaty, hoarse, rasping, gravelly. Story written by Grok. Image created by Grok. To read, listen, see all the stories' content in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. CC Music, drifting at 432 Hz, Unicorn Heads.